What happens to forgiveness if you can replay the worst thing that someone ever said to you word for word forever? Do you ever think about what happens if AI takes over the legal system?
Yeah, like, what if that happens?
At first, it sounds kind of good if you think about it. Fair, fast, no human error, which is the best part. No bias, no shady lawyers twisting things to win, just the truth. But then it gets weird. I was talking to a friend about this once and I said, what even is a lawyer, really? Half the time it feels like they're just a professional convincer. They don't even care about the truth, they just want to win the case. So what happens when you don't need to be convinced anymore? What if we could just pull up a memory from yesterday, unedited, timestamped, and say, look, I literally was not home. Why would you need a lawyer then? But the more I thought about it, the messier it got. Because sure, you could show your memories, but what if someone faked them? Like if you paid someone to mess with your memories, to make it look like you were home during the crime. Or maybe someone stole someone else's memories and passed it off as their own. Or maybe the memory itself is real, but the context is totally faked. Let's say you get into a high-speed chase. You do outrun the cops and they lose you, but they catch your license plate. The problem is, for them, your windows were tinted. They couldn't see who was driving, although it is your car. So in court they say it was your car, so it must have been you. But you say, no, I was home. Check this memory log. And sure enough, there you are on the couch watching TV, time-stamped and recorded from your eyes. Only that's a fake memory. You made it yourself or hired someone to cook it up for you. It's about which memories can hold up under scrutiny. And that's where things start to evolve. Lawyers don't go extinct. They evolve into memory analysis. Forensic reality checkers, if you will. Their whole job becomes poking holes in memories, looking for tiny signs that something was faked, analyzing light reflections, shadows, background audio. It's not about convincing, it's about verifying. And then we all start acting different because we know we might have to prove our lives at any moment. People start recording everything, always on memory logs that can be pulled up in court like, here's exactly what happened. But that opens another can of worms. Who owns those memories? If the memories are stored somewhere, can the government force you to turn them over? Can they subpoena your brain? And if you don't hand them over, do you look guilty? So then maybe we start editing our memories on purpose. Maybe you keep two versions of your life. One private, one public. One to show in court, and one just for you. Honestly, the thought is wild. The justice system could become this battlefield of fake memory warfare. Suddenly, the truth isn't what happened, it's what you can prove happened. And that's low-key terrifying, but also kind of inevitable. If AI becomes the judge and our memories become the evidence, then the fight isn't about what's true, it's about what cannot be faked. I don't think it'll stop in court. I think it'll change everything. Like relationships. Suddenly you get into an argument with your partner. Instead of saying, I never said that, you're both pulling up memory clips to prove who's right. Every fight turns into a forensics case. Trust starts to rot, not because someone lied, but because the proof replaces faith. You stop saying, I believe you. You start saying, show me. Now apply that to, say, parenting. Your kid says they didn't skip school. You trust them, or do you check their memory log? What happens to childhood if every moment is under review? What happens to forgiveness if you can replay the worst thing that someone ever said to you word for word forever? And crime will get smarter. They start hacking memory logs, breaking into brains, not vaults. Imagine a black market of memory washers. You commit a crime, you go to someone who scrubs it out of your internal footage or replaces it with a memory of something else. And now that memory is your alibi. Or even worse, what if someone hacks your memory log and inserts a fake? Suddenly you believe you did something you didn't do. You confess because you literally think you did it. And on the flip side, people with power, politicians, CEOs, might start editing their own memories to erase scandals or plant noble acts they never did. You'd be watching someone's highlight reel, not their real life. So how do we define the truth anymore at this point? Truth becomes a fight between who has the most tamper-proof memories, who can afford the best verification tools, who owns the most secure version of reality. It's not just about justice, it's about reality itself being up for grabs. And would AI become the ultimate gatekeeper of what's real? Not because it sees truth, but because it decides which truth to believe. So do you think this is in the realm of possibility, or is this stupid as fuck? Also, sorry about the voice. I was pretty sick when I made this, and my voice is already pretty raspy as it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if there are any topics you might want to see me explore.